Hey, I'm Ashton, and in this video, I just want to show you the simple breakdown to put a repeatable video system in place for your business. As you probably know, referrals work. They work to a certain degree. But as soon as you hit the ceiling of referrals, it's not very predictable, and it's not really a good way to grow your business. And so this method is something that you're able to do and implement yourself. And if you don't have the time for it, or you just don't want to, then we can partner with you to help you implement this system. So if you're interested in that, at the end of this video, schedule a call with me. Let's talk. Let's figure out if this is going to be something that our team can help you to build and scale your business. And so let's just jump straight in. I know you're busy, but this is the magnetic marketing method. So the reason that referrals are dangerous is because you lack control. You cannot control when someone decides to refer your business, and you can't really control the quality of the lead when the referral comes in. And so they're completely outside of your influence, and you just have to hope that your quality work and your urging to say, hey, leave us a review, hey, tell your neighbors, whatever the thing is, works. It just isn't quite as strong as it used to be. And that's another reason why referrals are just kind of sketchy, is that it leaves this financial uncertainty. Without some kind of predictability for your lead flow, you end up stuck in these situations where you can't cover overhead. You can't cover the trucks and the payroll and all the things that are piling up or coming every single month that you have to deal with. Those things should not be stressing you out. If they're stressing you out, then you have a predictable lead system problem. And the reason they're stressing you out is because you don't know where next month's jobs will come from. And that's exactly why this method exists, is because we need to remove the stress, we need to run our business with more ease, and we need to be able to grow and scale. Because when you're stressed out, it means that there's something in your way of growing and becoming steady and consistent. And so let's just jump straight over here to why this works. What's happening with the homeowners is when something breaks, their AC breaks down, their roof's leaking, a water heater goes out. Usually these are really stressful situations for homeowners. They're stressful situations for businesses if they're replacing those things too. And you have to be the person that they think of first, because they're thinking about, what's it going to cost me? How long is it going to take to fix? Is it going to be loud and noisy? Is there going to be weird people in my house or on my house? And they have all of these thoughts, and a lot of stress come flooding into their mind. And this is where they make their decision, in a stressed state. And so the most important thing you can do is become a brand that they trust. You're already going to be someone that they follow. You're already going to be someone that they're familiar with. And so they'll go, okay, yeah, of course I know them. Let's just give them a call. And so rather than fighting like on Angie or Thumbtack or whatever else you can do to get, phone numbers where 6 to 20 other businesses might have that same phone number that you paid for, you don't have to compete with anybody. They call you and they talk to you. And it's up to you to sell them at that point. But they are a very motivated buyer. They're a very motivated customer for you. And so this is really, really a great place to be, because they're going to call the company that they're already familiar with. We're going to use social proof. And the way that we do that is we create video content primarily, and we put it onto social media. Now, this sounds like a pretty classic, like, hey, social media strategy. It is not just a social media strategy. This is a strategy for people to know about your business, to like your business, and to trust your business, so that when they're stressed out, they call you. That's the whole point of this. Content helps because it puts a library of everything that you've done, not everything, but it puts a big library out of all the things that you can do, of the faces that work on your team. And it demonstrates that you are a stable business and a trusted business. It also kind of reinforces the authority of your company, that you're busy, that your company is trusted by others. And that's really important too. This isn't done just through reviews. A lot of people think reviews are going to be like the number one way that people do this. And it's just not true. It's a piece of the pie, but it's not all of it. A bigger piece is, what kind of following do you have? Do people that I know already follow your account? Do people I know have history working with you? Have they hired you before? And a lot of these types of things will show up because we're posting enough content to where someone likes something and they see they see your post and they see that their sister liked it or their coworker liked it. And they go, oh, it's a social proof marker in their brain. And so it's a really important thing. It also just provides consistent opportunities for someone to make a purchase. Now, I saw this stat the other day that it said it takes 13 reminders for people to do something that they already wanted to do, which is crazy. But that means that if we're not presenting people opportunities to call us, to buy from us, we are missing out, because they might think, man, we really need to get our HVAC maintenance. We really need to get that gutter fixed so it doesn't cause a bigger problem. We really need to, see what it'll cost for us to replace our driveway because, whatever thing. But the more you ask, hey, do you want this? Are you sure you want this? Are you sure you don't want this yet? The more people go, man, I think I want that. And so it provides consistent opportunities for people to think about why the service that you provide is something that they need in their life. And this is why social proof is so strong and powerful. This is our strategic approach to local market engagement. This is not a huge national brand thing. This is how you get localized customers to call your company and work with you. So the first thing we do is we have to research. It's going to be motivated by our business goals. How do we want to grow? What area do we want to target? There are questions that we dig in here to figure out what it is that we need to do. And you can do, again, I'm just going to reiterate, you can use this method without us. You totally can. If you don't want to, and you think it's too much to take on and you'd rather focus on running your business, set up a call at the end of this year. Our goal is to make it a no-brainer to work with us because we can bring so much attention into your business and so many more leads that the cost of working with us will quickly and easily be covered by how much work we can bring into your team. Okay, that's my pitch over. For now, let's keep going. So if your business goals are to have 50 clients, but they're high ticket items, then that's going to motivate the type of pain points that we want to understand of our customers. Now, if we're like, hey, we want to fill up 2 of our teams with, 30 to 60 minute jobs 5 days a week, and we also have 2 other teams that we have for big ticket items, then we have some more work to do. And that's why business goals and ideal customer pain points work together. So once we've understood that, we know what we're trying to accomplish, we know the goal that we have, we come up with a strategy, and we produce videos that are going to help build trust and demonstrate our authority. Whatever you do, you need to be proven to people in their mind that you're the best, that you're affordable, that you're premium, that you're the best at what you do, that you have good turnaround times, whatever the thing is that really solves the ideal customer's pain point. That is the main thing that we make content around, because that is the number one way and the quickest way for people to grow, that they trust you. So then we have to test the content. Now, some of this content, it could be photos, could be videos, is going to be posted organically. Now, this just means we put it on social media and it just lives there. We don't pay any money to put ads behind it, to push it out, anything like that. It just shows up and it makes your profiles look alive. This is a really free way to get extra impressions, to get extra reminders that you exist to people. And so that's just what we do there. But the more important part is the paid ads. And the paid ads will basically train Meta to target the exact type of person you're looking for and will generate attention to those people. So we'll prioritize showing the content to the people you want to see it. So it's not just showing millions of people that don't even own a business or a house or whatever you need them to own your content. They're like, why does this matter to me? It's showing the right people your stuff. And that's important. Then once we find winners, we're going to find content that works really well. We're going to find content that resonates, that's bringing in leads, that's generating business. And once we figure that out, we can increase ad spend until we're getting the right amount of leads that our team can handle. And if their goal is to grow the business and hire more people and whatever, et cetera, then we have to watch this ad spend carefully, because if we spend too much, we will be getting too many leads for your team to handle. So that's just an important thing to consider here, is what are our business goals and how much ad spend do we need to bring in this? It becomes an equation, and we deal with that when it happens, is how many leads do we need? How much does it cost per lead? And therefore, here it goes. So once we've figured out the content that's working really well, the high performing content, we're going to revamp this content every single month. We make new versions of things that worked. So this is where we're going to play the hits. We're going to make more content that has the same message that's working. And this is something that's really important to understand about advertising. Every piece of content has a life cycle. I mean, think about it. You've seen, when you're watching whatever sport or whatever TV show, Geico or State Farm, and you'll see the videos of Mahomes and Kelsey, but you'll see like 6 different versions of the same ad. Some of them are like 30 seconds, some of them are like 5, some of them are like 15. And it's all kind of one big story told in different snapshots. And that's similar to what we're doing here, because also every single season, every single quarter, you'll see the old ads that you remember kind of go away and new ads will come in. And the reason for this is our brains like novelty. Humans like things that are interesting. And so once you've seen an ad enough times, you're exhausted and you don't want to watch that ad anymore. And it will actually fatigue and create a negative impact. And so you can't just make one really great video and use it all the time because people don't care. They don't want to see it. So this is why it's really important that we have to revamp content, even though the messaging isn't necessarily changing. As the business grows, maybe the messaging does change, and that's where we kind of get back into the cycle and we figure this out. But once we're using successful messaging and making new content, it should be working fabulously for your business. So the last thing here is that we're just refreshing the content. We might put some in the hopper and have it ready to go, but we're seeing the ads that are already in the profile working really well still. And so we just wait an extra week before those ones kind of slow down, and then we swap them out when it's the right time. Or we save it so that if an ad is not performing, we can swap early. And so we usually will like to have a little bit on hand at all times. And so this is why it's important that at least one day a month, we're just going to make content. And the goal for this is not to like make content every single day as you're using it and post it and be busy all the time thinking, what content do we need to make today? No. The goal is we make really good strategic content one day, maybe even half a day per month. And then it absolutely fuels the leads that are coming in for your business. So that's exactly what we're focusing on here, is we're refreshing that content cycle as it's needed. So that's the gist of the magnetic marketing method. And once again, this is why it works, is because it builds a trust loop. It's not just about posting content, because if you just post whatever content, it's not going to build trust. But you'll see here on the graphic here, it's really just showing you that content goes to more touch points with people, which is building familiarity and a relationship with your customers and your future customers. And it's helping them to trust you. And then you repeat that cycle over and over and over again, because once they've trust you, the algorithms know, hey, this person watched this content. Let's show them more content, which means more touch points and more familiarity and more trust and more content. And round and round and round it goes until they become a buyer, a customer with real money that actually changes the bottom line for your business. In some ways, the digital space creates an environment where people only see, it's like almost unfortunately an echo chamber, but we can use this to fuel our business in a better way, because we want to see what people that we like also like. And we can take advantage of that as a business. All right, so the economics of predictable growth are really, really simple. And it's only as simple as shifting our perspective. Once we know that it works, we're going to stop asking the question, do ads work? Should we be doing this? And you'll start asking the question, how much can my team handle? Look at the conversion here. So if you spend an ad, $100 in ad spend just to get a good quality lead, or maybe let's say you get $40 per lead and your sales team is closing 1 out of every 2.5 sales. So they get 5 leads, they close 2 jobs. You can then just plug it into the math. How much money do we make per job? Let's say you get high ticket items and you're making $5,000 on a ticket, and it takes you $100 to get that customer. Well, I think you'd be more than happy to take $100 off of a $5,000 job if it meant that you could predictably get more $5,000 jobs. And so that's exactly why this works, is you look at the ad spend, you know exactly how many leads are coming through, and you generate leads for your business and you make customers out of it. I know I'm trying to make it sound simple, and it really is simple, but the system has to be right. The system has to be functioning. Otherwise, you're just going to be dumping money into the front end, and it's going to get jammed in the system somewhere, and it's not going to spit it out on the other side like it needs to. I think it is a simple system. We've seen it work time and time again for customers, and even for people that we don't work with. We've seen other people do this and it works. And the main thing is just doing it right. The last thing that you kind of need to figure out here is, what do I want to do with this? I have kind of 2 choices for you. The first choice is, I'm going to try this on my own. I'm going to have some guesswork in here, maybe spend a little extra money trying to figure out how the ad thing works and making content, etc. You're going to spend some time doing that, and that's fine. If that's what you want to do and that's the most valuable way that you proceed, run with it. Go for it. If you're someone who wants to focus more on your business and growing your business, then you should schedule a call and we can talk, because we honestly don't take in every client. based on market, based on goals, etc. There are a lot of things that are important to making sure that the relationship is going to be successful. And so if we want to work with you, that's a really great sign that we know we can get results for you. So even if we get on a call and we decide, well, this isn't the best fit, maybe you decide, maybe we decide. Either way, there should be a lot of value given and received in this call, because asking questions and thinking about your business and talking about strategy is always going to be a net positive as far as running and moving your business forward. And so click the link below and you can schedule a call with me and we'll talk about it. It'll be me. It won't be the sales team, because I just talk to everybody first and make sure that everything's working really well. It won't be some random person. It's going to be me on the call, and we're going to talk, see if this is a good fit. And if it is, then we'll go from there. I can explain kind of onboarding and all that other stuff. It's really not a crazy process, but the main goal is to get your calendar booked, to relieve some of the pressure, to make sure that your business actually has a steady plan for growth, and to stop just depending on referrals, which are good, but not consistent. There you go. That's the magnetic marketing method. And if you want to work with us, click the link below, schedule a time. See you soon.